At the beginning of the movie, we are shown with the happy moment of a family celebrating their daughter's birthday. The girl's father is named William, and he is an ex-Marine who has just returned from the battlefield.
Do your day.
Atta girl. Oh, nice!
Then the story switches to a nightclub where we are introduced to a man named Donnie. He is the ruthless and most feared gang leader in the city, and he does not hesitate to kill people who are considered to dare to oppose him. Shortly thereafter came Donnie's two sons named Rory and his younger brother named Danny, who at that time Rory told his father that Danny was ready to join their gangster group. It turns out that the condition for joining their gangster is that Danny must kill someone.
Proud. Get out.
The next day, William picked up his daughter Kate, who had just won a baseball game. On the way, William proudly said that he was very impressed that his daughter had received a scholarship and would one day become a famous baseball player. Then William stopped at a cafe to buy his daughter's favorite food. He asked Kate to wait in the car because he was only a minute. But when William left, a group of gangsters suddenly appeared at the location. Seeing William's daughter alone, they immediately approached and forced her out of the car. Then Rory ordered Danny to complete the conditions of entry into the gangsters by killing the girl. After hearing the shot, William then rushed out, but unfortunately, he was too late to save his daughter's life. He also had time to face Danny, and fortunately, the police came to arrest his opponent. When William and his wife were at the hospital, they had to accept the harsh reality when the doctor told them that their only daughter could not be saved. Of course, this made William and his wife feel devastated because their daughter had gone forever. A few days later, William was told by his lawyer that Danny, the man who killed William's daughter, would only be sentenced to 1 or 2 years in prison. The light sentence was due to a lack of strong evidence in which Danny was only accused of assaulting William. Hearing this news, of course, William was very disappointed because Danny should have been sentenced to life imprisonment.
This kid murdered my daughter.
Witnesses except you.
He should be executed or...
The next day the trial was held. William, who felt frustrated with the state of the law that was very unfair to him, planned to make justice with his own hands. William withdrew all charges that led to Danny. As a result, Danny was released at that time. When Danny came out of the courtroom, he was greeted by Rory and his father. His father seems very proud of Danny and congratulates Danny on joining their gang. Meanwhile, William continues to watch them closely. This shows that he will not remain silent and plans to take revenge. That night, William immediately went into action by doing reconnaissance at a prostitution place. Soon, a comfort woman named Luna approached William and invited him to have fun, but William refused Luna's invitation because he felt unexcited, and it turned out that William was stalking Danny, who had just finished his party. Then William followed Danny and suddenly hit him from behind. At this moment, William asked if Danny had killed his daughter, and Danny, who had been cornered, finally confessed while hoping William would let him go. William then took his daughter's baseball bat and angrily beat Danny to death. When William arrived home, he found his wife still in deep grief, mourning the death of their daughter. On the other hand, Rory receives bitter news from his men that his brother Danny has been killed, and without thinking, Rory rushes to the scene. Which then arrives there, he sees many police investigating the incident.
I can't let you in. Can't let you in. That's my brother.
The next day, when William was observing the gangsters involved in his daughter's death, suddenly a police detective came to his house. The detective asked where William was last night, and his wife explained that they were just at home. But after getting this answer, the detective felt there were irregularities, and finally suspected that William was the perpetrator who killed Danny based on revenge motives. After the detective's departure, his wife asked anxiously if William was really involved in Danny's death. She also reminded him that William had retired from the military and was now an ordinary citizen. William also answered firmly that they were the gangsters who had taken his daughter's life.
Around my head and my best friends were dying all around me? Is that what you meant?
While at the nightclub, Rory was visited by Luna, who told him that she had met someone suspicious before Danny's death. And when Rory showed a photo of William to the woman, Luna also agreed that it was the person she saw last night. Finally, now Rory is increasingly convinced that William is the person behind his brother's death. And with a heart full of revenge, he is determined to avenge what William has done. A few days later, when William was enjoying a cup of coffee, suddenly Rory appeared with one of his men. Lucky William swiftly dodged and tried to escape, but Rory and his men continued to hunt him until one of them managed to corner William. Here, Rory revealed that he really enjoyed this game and gave orders to his men to finish off William right now. But in an instant, William was able to turn the situation around and take out Rory's men. Seeing William manage to escape, Rory immediately opened fire before the police finally crossed the scene. Arriving home, William was again visited by a police detective. He explained that the gangsters must be targeting William because they thought that William was the perpetrator of Danny's murder. And as a step to overcome this dangerous situation, the detective assigned several policemen to stand guard outside William's house. After the police left, William's wife asked about what was wrong with her husband. And in the end, at this moment, William revealed that he was the one who had killed Danny. At night, when the police were on guard in front of William's house, suddenly their car was attacked with a bottle. And at that moment, the two policemen immediately chased the perpetrator, who turned out to be a diversion. Shortly thereafter, Donnie and Rory went to William's house. Here, Donnie asked William why William killed his son. Of course, listening to that, William's wife immediately defended and said that Danny had also taken her daughter's life. As a result of getting that answer, Donnie then shot William's wife, while Rory also shot William. Rory then approached the dying William and again said that he enjoyed this game.
Say hello to my son.
Luckily, William was saved and is now lying in the hospital. Realizing that his wife could not be saved, William cried hysterically because now his wife had also followed his daughter who had died. After William began to calm down, the detective came to see William and asked him to forget all the tragedies that had befallen his life.
It's your choice.
A few days later, when William felt he had recovered, he decided to escape from the hospital. He cleverly disguised himself as a janitor and managed to steal a car to escape. It turned out that William did not return home and chose to stay at a motel on the outskirts of the city. In that place, there was a man named Dante who kept an eye on William's movements. The next day, William went to a bank to withdraw all his savings. And when he returned to the motel, suddenly Dante approached him to reveal that he knew that William was in big trouble with Donnie's group. Therefore, Dante wants to help William and offers him some of his weapons. Here, Dante tells him about his bitter past, where Donnie's group once killed his nephew and even shot him in the shoulder. The next day, William began to hone his shooting skills again, as well as train his physical fitness. Meanwhile, Rory was being scolded by his father because the deposits from their illegal business were always below target, and Donnie even told Rory that Danny was more reliable. After William practiced hard, he decided to take revenge. He went to one of Rory's men based on information obtained from Dante, and when he got inside, there was a fierce fight between them. And finally, William managed to paralyze his opponent. Then William firmly asked about the whereabouts of Donnie's headquarters. And finally, William was told where Donnie's headquarters was before he finally finished off his opponent. Meanwhile, the detective came to Donnie and asked Donnie to stop all hostilities with William. Hearing the request, Donnie and Rory laughed because they believed that William was no longer a threat. But the detective insists that William is still alive and that he has just killed one of their men.
I want you to kill that prick.
I fucking do everything.
The next day, Donnie ordered Rory and his men to immediately finish off William because he was sure William would not be able to face them alone. Long story short, Rory and his men rushed to find William's whereabouts, but it turned out that William was already there. And after Rory and his men left far enough, William decided to sneak in. He calmly finished off the enemies on guard there. Then William immediately moved inside, looking for the room where Donnie was hiding. And after going through each room, finally William managed to find the whereabouts of his enemy. It seemed that Donnie felt cornered and desperate. He also asked William to end his life immediately. But he also begged William not to involve Rory in this matter after he was gone. And after that, without hesitation, William immediately ended Donnie's life. Then William took Donnie's cell phone and immediately contacted Rory to inform him that his father had died in his hands. Hearing the news, Rory ordered all his men to return to the headquarters. Arriving at the headquarters, Rory found his father's lifeless body, but instead of dissolving in sadness, Rory felt relieved because his father's power now fell to him. And that happened because Rory never got along with his father, who always compared himself to his brother Danny. The situation becomes tense as they search for William in all the rooms of the nightclub, until finally a shootout is inevitable. But because he had to fight all of Rory's men made William pressed, he decided to leave the place immediately. William then returned to the motel to rest and treat his wounds, but when he entered the motel, it turned out that Luna was already there and saw his arrival. Luna immediately called Rory to inform William's whereabouts. While in the motel, William was being treated for his wounds by Dante. And not long ago, Rory and his remaining men have now arrived at the motel.
Can I keep this?
Rory went straight to the receptionist to ask about William's room, but because the receptionist refused to provide information ruthlessly, Rory immediately killed him.
Thank you.
Then they came out and continued to call William's name, and without further ado, William immediately returned them with gunfire so that there was a shootout.
Ready? Yep. All right, here we go.
William and Dante decided to get into the car and rush away from there. But Rory and his men also did not remain silent and immediately chased William so that the chase and shootout were inevitable.
Right on him, bro.
When the pressure was on, Dante immediately contacted his old friend Roach. And in this tense situation, Dante told Roach that he was being hunted by gangsters, and now he was heading to his workshop. Roach immediately instructs his men to prepare, because soon a special guest will arrive. Soon Dante and William managed to arrive at the workshop, while Rory's group could be beaten back.
Back up.
My best car supply, you know I'm not gonna let you die.
Then Roach told William and Dante to rest while having coffee in his workshop. But the calm was only temporary because suddenly Rory and his men managed to break in, and the shootout ensued again.
I got you.
In the middle of the shot, Roach finally fell at the hands of Rory, and unfortunately, Dante was also shot. The situation began to reverse because now only William had to face Rory, and when William tried to fight back but Rory managed to shoot him. Arrogantly, Rory again said that he really enjoyed this game, but unfortunately, this was the right time to end his life, William. And when Rory was about to finish off William, suddenly this happened. William managed to stick a screwdriver into Rory's neck, which made him injured and lost a lot of blood. And at this moment, William also revealed that he also liked this game. Soon the sound of police cars arriving to secure the location, and fortunately, Dante and William still managed to survive. Then the detective approached William and said thank you, because without realizing it, William had helped the police to eradicate crime in this city. And the movie ended. Thank you for watching. See you in the next movie. Don't forget to comment,